Black Clover.
Is this the audience?
Yeah, this is the audience decided RGC.
Okay. This is one hell of a run.
Dude.
Like, even if it wasn't all these consecutive ones, it was only like off for like 1 week.
The week that it wasn't here.
And the week it wasn't here, and then there was like one other time when it was like One Piece, I think. Yeah, and right. And otherwise, it's
people really like it.
And we really like it too, guys.
I do.
Keep listening.
I do enjoy.
See, Brian's not here. No negativity.
Yeah,
we love big anti-magic swords.
For sure. This is Black Clover chapter 285, a hellish game of tag. This is where we learned how Noct got fucked up.
Yeah.
A few minutes before Noel and the others arrived, Noct was like, our top priorities right now is to defeat the Dark Triad and close the portals, but first we need to separate Dante and the top level devils. Rhymes. Yeah, these devils are just like, torment, break, toy with, kill. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dante's pretty stoked about this. He's like, this is the world I wanted. Yeah. Jack the Ripper.
He looks like such a dickhead. Like, really? These dudes are thinking about smoking you just for the sake of it, but only didn't because, your master's the big boss man.
Yeah.
Got saved, yo.
Basically. Jack the Ripper pulls up behind him and is like, I'm not done with you yet. I'm the Kenpachi of this series. I don't die very easily. So Noct calls upon his demon called Wagner, and he transforms into his next form, the Devil Union mode Gallus. And yeah. It's very fancy. And he turns.
Yeah, it looks cool.
He uses the characteristic call, and I guess he just like sinks downward. Oh, he brings everybody down to the chapel below because, like he said, his priority was to separate them from Dante. And Noct is like, I'll be your opponent, devils. And he uses his dark prison hunting ground, and they start fighting in this dark zone where nobody can see, really. After a while, the battle continues. Noct is putting in all the work. He's trying his best. And as he's
trying to evade and dodge and dip.
Yeah.
And dodge again.
Dodge, dip. First rule of dodgeball: dodge, dive, dip, and dodge. But yeah, we start to get a flashback of Noct's backstory. It tells the story of the House of Faust that had twin sons. The younger twin was a very good man, and the other was a bad delinquent. And they're just talking. The good one asks the bad one, why won't you join the Magic Knights, brother? And he says, yo, where's the fun in that? I'm a bad boy. I do bad boy things.
Yeah. Smoke cigs and do what I want.
Yeah.
You joining no Magic Knights.
I smoke cigs and listen
to
Incubus.
Get your weird ass out of my face, you fucking fag. Until Yami pulls up.
Yami says, yo, Morgan, mission time. And the one that looks like Noct says, understood, Yami. And it turns out
no problem.
The one that looks like Noct is not Noct. It's this guy named Morgan. And
Noct's brother.
Yeah, and the real Noct is actually this cigarette smoking delinquent.
With blonde hair, long blonde hair.
Yeah. Mr. Crawling in my skin over here. He's really just like, right back at you, moron. And that's where the chapter ends, is that we learned that Noct was a bad boy back in the day.
I feel like Japanese, you know how like everyone has like stereotypical views of different races and cultures depending on where you're at. Mm-hmm. This is what people think all Americans are like. This is what they are. Like, we all smoke cigs.
We all look like Axl
Rose.
Rose.
Just like, man, we don't give a fuck about nothing at all. We want to do what we want and waste all our lives and knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's fair. That's cool.
Honestly,
we gotta hold that. I'll hold that. That's fine.
the way this chapter was structured, I thought that it was a pretty good bait and switch where it turns out Noct was not Noct the entire. I guess after this guy, his brother dies, Noct starts to look like his brother. I guess in tribute and joins the Magic Knights.
Definitely bottles his look after. I don't know about act, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, definitely modeled his look after him exactly.
Yeah,
dyed his hair black.
Yeah, painted black.
I guess he stopped smoking cigarettes. Good for him.
I mean, yeah, you gotta quit, man. That stuff will kill you.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, it really did take me by surprise. I was like, "Who's this new guy? What happened to him?" And it turns out, it's Noct. But I'm into it. I'm into seeing what happened in Noct and what caused him to.
What happened to his brother?
Yeah, what happened to his?
That nigga's not around no more.
I mean, you think he's okay? You think he's alive?
I don't think so.
I sure hope he didn't die.
I think he gets smoked by somebody.
I sure hope he doesn't die a tragic death that causes Noct to change his mind about how he's been acting.
Well, I think it's a highly original idea.
I think so too.
Incredibly unique. I can't remember that ever happening in another series. So super points.
No, never has the death of a loved one spurred on someone else. So respect to the Black Clover creator for that. Respect to Tabata for that one.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. I'm being super sarcastic and shit, and so is Chris. If you don't already know, but it was a really fun chapter. I thought it was cool when he was fighting the devils.
Yeah.
He's honestly putting the whole entire world on his back right now.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm going to buy time for these kids to pull up and win, and I'm just going to take this L." Yeah. It's all right. Cool.
Yeah, I'll say this about Noct. His designs for his forms are all really cool too. They're very distinct to his character, but they all look different at the same time. I appreciate that much. But yeah, fun chapter. Not my RGC this week, but not a bad chapter at all.